We are back with our series, Women Mean Business. Today's guest is one of the leading pioneers in the clean beauty movement. Gregg Renfrew is the founder of a new brand. It is called Counter. You're seeing pictures of it on your screen. It might feel familiar, though. Her mission is to set a definitive standard of clean beauty for the future. Renfrew's entrepreneurial spirit runs deep. She's actually started 4 businesses over the course of her career. The first at just 19 years old, but her first beauty company is what you might be familiar with. It's called Beautycounter. It came in 2013. It was after she watched the movie An Inconvenient Truth. Well, Beautycounter quickly became a billion-dollar brand. After making the emotional decision to sell a majority stake in 2021, Renfrew was no longer in charge of Beautycounter. The company eventually went into foreclosure. She then bought her business back, but then she had more tough decisions to make, and that's what we're about to get into because we have Gregg Renfrew live in studio today. Gregg, good morning.
Good morning. So happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. It's great to see you. I think that your story is fascinating on so many levels. I just hit some of them, but it's sort of like the personal triumph, but then also the challenges that come with being a founder. And then it's also the clean beauty of it and exactly what you've done when I say that you've been like a leader in really making a standard. We're going to talk about that. So let's start with Beautycounter. Tell me a little bit about what happened here. I mentioned you sell the business, then what happened?
I sold the business in May of 2021 to a private equity firm, and that summer was the first summer where things kind of began to open up after the pandemic, and the business had a challenging summer, and they made the decision that they thought there was someone else that was better to run the company, and so they brought in a new CEO. And unfortunately, there were a series of poor choices that were made under his leadership, and fast forward 2 years later, I was asked to come back in as CEO, which I did. And at that time, the company was in a different state, and we ended up going quickly into foreclosure, which was a really challenging experience for everybody, having tried to find a home for the business. Mm-hmm. But I was able to purchase the business out of foreclosure. Just at the very last minute, the banks called me and they said, would you like to get your company back? And
what was that moment like?
It was really crazy. I mean, first coming back in as CEO was a hard decision in the first place. And then, you know, my daughter, Georgie, actually all of my children, we were on spring break. It was Sunday night.
I was going to say, weren't you on a vacation?
I was on vacation. Yeah, like whatever vacation we ever take.
Right.
And my youngest daughter really said, Mom, you just can't let this die. You know, you've worked so hard to build this movement, and we believe you have a right to do this, and let's all lock arms. And we made the decision to buy the company in 24 hours.
God, I just love what a key figure your daughter was in that moment for you and in that decision. Okay, so you buy it back, but then, like I said, after that are more tough decisions, which ultimately get us to a new brand. Tell me what you did.
So I bought the business in April of 2024, and what became immediately apparent to me after I had a complete anxiety attack, like, why have I done this? I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I had no plan. After a complete moment of holy moly, I realized very quickly that the business was truly broken at that time and that there was no clear path forward, which I think the private equity firm had seen when they made the decision not to fund it anymore. And I decided, unfortunately, that we needed to shut the business down. And it was an incredibly difficult decision because it meant that a lot of people were losing their jobs. We had a community of women that had built the business with us, and they were losing their opportunity. But there was no clear path forward, and there was no way to really bankroll the business at that time.
And then Counter.
And then Counter, yes. So I took the last summer of 24 to kind of reimagine what I could do. I didn't have a plan. I wasn't planning on buying the business, but having given it a lot of thought, I thought we really have a right to come back into the market. We created and pioneered the clean beauty movement.
And you sort of like streamlined what you're doing and the products that you offer, which was just launched, by the way.
We just launched. Less products done really, really well. Still built on a community of women predominantly who are able to share our story and amplify our efforts. We're still really focusing on setting a definitive standard for clean so that we can protect the health and safety of people. That's important to me. It always has been.
It's so important to you that you've like really led this charge. I mean, all the way to Capitol Hill, because it's very confusing. You go into a store and it's like kind of clean, or it's only clean because the company made a donation. It's weird things like that. But you want women to know what they are putting on their face.
I want people to know, I want people to be able to make informed choices. When I started Beautycounter, the first company, I realized that there were all these chemicals that were used in all of our day-to-day products, and people had no idea that certain of those chemicals were harmful to health. And so we've used the power of community and conversation to educate people so that they can make the best choices for themselves and their families.
What would you like to see as a standard?
Well, I'd like to see a standard, well, first and foremost, that all companies are disclosing ingredients, that the fragrance is no longer a loophole that you have to put what's in your fragrance. I would like to see a situation where there's one standard that all consumers, brands, and retailers know to live by.
Which would make it so much easier when you're going and shopping for cosmetics to make those decisions. We've got like 30 seconds here, Greg, but we love in this segment to ask for a woman who's listening. And I think your story is so inspiring because you're really honest, which is amazing, about the ups and the downs. Maybe she's got an idea. She doesn't know where to start. She wants some advice. What would you say?
First and foremost, I think you've got this. Most women doubt themselves when they go into starting a business. Secondly, when you go to raise capital, know that it is a two-way conversation. There's more capital to be deployed than there are great leaders and great ideas. And also just to trust your gut. Don't let others influence your decision. Just if you have a vision and you know what you're doing, go for it. That's what I've been doing with Counter all along, and it's really, really important for women to know that.
Gregg Renfrew, you're so inspiring. Thank you for joining us, and congrats on Counter.
Thank you so much.
It's out now, just launched. That's going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now. The news continues right now.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.